Hi, I am here today to talk about breakfast because a lot of you have said to me that you're not sure what to do for breakfast. You're on the run and it's really hard for you to get a good breakfast in. So I've given you some of my suggestions. Now you know how I feel. I don't like to tell you what to eat. I really think that you should be making your own choices and you should know what you like and how to fit it into the calorie intake that you're getting for the day. But I understand it's hard to know, and I've got some great secrets, so I'm going to share them with you today. The first one is the wrap. The wrap is a great way to actually pre-prepare, and you can get these flat out. These are 100 calories. They actually have 8 grams of protein, which is almost very hard to find. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, these are not going to be the yummiest things you've ever tasted in the world. So, again, weighing it out with what you put in it will make a difference. So this is 100 calories. What I like to do is take a little bit of peanut butter. So I will take 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, which is an additional 100 calories. Okay, so 1 tablespoon, you have to measure that out. Spread it on the flat out bread, and then I'll take a banana and I'll wrap it up in the banana. So that's a 300 calorie breakfast. You can shove it in a baggie and take it with you, and you can make a couple of them because they don't go bad. And then that peanut butter banana wrap taste, and it's a great jolt also for your morning start, because it's really important that you get a great start, and breakfast is the best meal to do that with. The other thing that I like to do with wraps is I often will hard boil eggs. And what I do is when I hard boil the eggs, I take the yolk out and I chop it sideways, so to make it like just round right here. And then I'll lay it across the wrap, or depending on how I do it. I'll take 2 of the fully cooked turkey sausages, which has 120 calories. I'll take, it's 2 servings, it's 2 patties for 1 serving, 120 calories. And I'll put those in the middle, so it'll be a sausage, egg. And if you have enough calories, because this is going to be 120, that's 220. And then depending on your eggs, if you put 3, that's about 15, that's 45. So that's, you're right at 300. So if you wanted to sprinkle a little cheese on it, melt it in there, throw it in a baggie and take it with you, that's another good way to do that. Now you can also add the yolk, but you're going to realize that if you add the yolk, it's going to take the calorie count from about 15 an egg white to 45 an egg, okay? Which is good. It's a great source of protein. I don't always say that you have to take out the egg white or the egg yolk, but just remember to add those calories in, okay? That's another thing. You can also put like some salsa on that concoction, the sausage, egg, and cheese wrap. You can put some honey mustard or hot mustard if you wanted to make it a little spicy. So those are some options. Now if you have time, you can scramble the egg whites and you can put them on there, but I often don't have time, so if I have some hard-boiled eggs, which you can leave in your refrigerator for a lot longer, it's easy to chop up and then they're just as well. One of the other things that I have done a no cereal in my house, a cereal ban. I put everybody on oatmeal in my house, with the exception, my children are really tough on oatmeal. They're not a big fan of it, and I understand that some of you may have children that don't like oatmeal. So an alternative is the Light and Fit Dannon yogurt, and I should probably get some endorsement, but I'm not getting any money from this company. It's 110 calories for a cup, and oftentimes what I'll do is slice up a banana and maybe even put some grapes in there, so it's almost like a fruit salad for the kids. You can also get the fruit cocktail. I don't recommend it in the syrup, but that's usually how it comes, if you want to make it quick and easy. But again, for kids, remember that that's a little bit more sugar, so you want to just kind of gauge that if you don't have time. Sometimes I also have frozen blueberries, which I have a ton of in my refrigerator right now. And I even get these at a discount store for $1, so I freeze the blueberries, but what I do is I take them out, I put them in a bowl, I heat them up, and then I add the Light and Fit, so it's kind of like a warm. And then you can add granola to it. If you have some cereal, you could put it in there so that it's not with milk. The other thing that I like to do, and this again is something I'm not advertising for this company, you can get any, these are 160 per serving, which is 2 waffles. So what I will do is I'll toast the waffles, I will put a little spray of butter, and then I'll throw both waffles in here. And if you have, these are kind of cool, these are called kangaroo bags. You can actually put the syrup, and I usually get a sugar-free syrup, and I can put it in there, and you can dip it if you have that kind of time, but if not, what I will do is put the cereal, or I'm sorry, the cereal, I'm stuck, the syrup on the two waffles, and then I'll put that together like a sandwich, and I'll leave it in the bag if I'm going on the run, because you know the syrup always ends up in your lap, and that's not usually the best way to start your day. In fact, that's one of the ways to make your day go awry very quickly. So that's that. Now, for those of you who are not into oatmeal, I totally understand, but let me give you some suggestions. Some of the things that I'll do with my oatmeal, and I'm not a water fan or a milk fan in my oatmeal, so I know those of you who put milk in your oatmeal think I'm nuts, but I don't. I use water. I put it for a minute in the microwave. Oftentimes I will put cinnamon in it, maybe even a small sprinkle of brown sugar to make it a little bit sweeter. What I typically do daily is I cut up a half a banana, so I have 150 calories of oatmeal, a half a banana, which is about 50 calories, and then I add 2 tablespoons of my protein powder, and usually the flavor is vanilla. And I'll tell you what, that just knocks it out of the ballpark for me. Now that may not do it for you, but for me it really makes it, it easier. And honest to God, I have it almost every day. Every now and then I'll take a wild and crazy corner and I'll just have a waffle or whatever. Now, coming up, I'm going to teach you how to make some protein-based breakfasts. There's actually protein waffles and protein pancakes. That'll probably be in a couple weeks. My protein waffles, I've perfected. The protein pancakes I'm still working on, so hopefully you'll join me for those. So those are your 300 calorie or less breakfasts. One of the things that I know I learned when I was doing a competition is that oftentimes breakfast should be eaten like a king, lunch should be like a prince, and dinner like a pauper. So the less you eat, the later, the better. It's easier for your body. But again, life doesn't always work that way. Those are my suggestions. I hope you have a great day, and I hope these help you. Thank you.